Yeah, my question is, Guruji, in Ramavatara, Lord Ram led his life of Dharma completely. His life itself was in the path of Dharma. So he was setting an example of leading a life by Dharma itself.
Correct.
But in Krishnavatara, Lord Krishna has to talk about Bhagavad Gita, about dharmas, everything, by reducing himself from leading a life of example from his Ramavadara. And in Krishnavadara, he has to talk to people, which is a lesser or a lower standard compared to leading a life.
Okay.
So, my question is, why did Lord have to resort to a lower or less effective approach than leading a life of example, which is the best example for a society to, like, for a better society, for leading a path of Dharma?
Look up. Very good. Excellent. Very nice. Very nice. So, very wonderful question. Thanks for the question, by the way. Now, you see, what happens is, in a society, when somebody lives a life very strictly, with the path of Dharma, like a very sharp way, same like they live, no. Other people will look, and that person will not come and interact much with you. He'll be living a life of Dharma and going on this path. People have to look up to him or her. Other people will think, see, it is not for commoners like us. You see, this kind of way of Dharma, dharmic way of life, only for especially few people can do. And we cannot follow. So they will be diffident. In English, it's called diffident, opposite of confident, right? So what will happen? They will think it is impossible, improbable for common people like us. After all, we are common. We cannot follow that, sir. That is one reason. People will think so. Krishna Paramatma decided to come and be like a friend. Please understand. Krishna Paramatma was a friend, philosopher, and guide. One day I will tell separately in Mahabharata where the way Krishna Paramatma has moved with everybody, whether it is Arjuna or the Pandavas, other people, like a friend he moved with everybody. So, in fact, if you see in our scriptures, so that you get an overall view, Ranjan Sundar, there are 3 levels of advice that is given. Please make a note if you got a paper and pen. Okay. The Vedas are called as Prabhu Samhita. Write down. Prabhu Samhita means like a king, it will order. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara. Keep on giving instructions. Will everybody follow implicitly? You can unmute. You can tell me. Will everybody follow implicitly? Okay. So what happens? Then the same thing that is being told in a very direct way, since people cannot follow, the Itihasa Puranas like Mahabharata, Ramayana will say in slightly friendly way. It's called Sakha Samhita. That means what? Same thing is told like a friend, so that more palatable. Are you getting the point? That means what? You'll say, okay, my friend is also following, is like me only, so I'll also follow. So that kind of, identification of the path gets done. Okay, that is second level. The third level is called Kanta Samhita, like your wife. More than your friend, if your wife tells you, you'll listen. Correct? No. All the poems, all the kavyas of Kalidasa and other great kavyas tell the same Dharma of Vedas and the Itihasas in a very, very nice way, more loving and affectionate way. So then you will try to identify with it more easily. So Krishna Paramatma has adopted a slightly more friendly way. If you are with the Bhagavad Gita course, please, we'll take you to those portions in Gita where Bhagavan says that I should behave like them. If I am one with them and tell them, they will listen to me. If I am not the most, if I am not the most inspired person, the most energetic person, if I don't lead by example and be among them, they will not be able to follow, because people generally look up to people at important positions, and if they're closer to us, they will try to identify and follow. So Krishna Paramatma had to come down to the level of human beings and be with them and show the path. That is one point. Second point is, please understand, the yuga has changed. I think you should unmute. I think in the background you got some noise. Ranjan, you should unmute. Thank you. Okay. See, there are 4 yugas, right? What are the 4 yugas? You can put in the chat box. Krita Yuga or Satya Yuga, then there is Treta Yuga, then there is Dwapara Yuga, then there is Kali Yuga. Which every yuga that is changing, the value system comes down. Yes or no? Why you go to yugas? You go to our own generation. When we were young, if elders said you do this, we will follow. Implicitly, yes or no? Today, will your children or grandchildren later, will they say you do this? Will they listen immediately? What you should do? You should do along with them. For example, if a father is telling his son, do Sandhya Vandanam, son will ask, Appa, did you do Sandhya Vandanam? So what you should do? You should take and do Sandhya Vandanam along with the son. Then only slowly he'll follow. Correct? You're getting a point, right? So as the yugas change, age changes, people will start questioning, and the identification and looking up to, following implicitly, respecting elders reduces. And so what happens? Elders and other great people will have to come down to the level of the people, be like friends. So why? What for? So that people come to the right path. See, the goal is the same. When you say Ramavataram, no, when you say Ramavataram, what is the opening statement? That Narada comes and tells Valmiki, Buddhiman, Nitiman, Bhagmi, who is the greatest among human beings. And then he says about Rama, and he says Valmiki to write about Rama. But that was the age where you could look up to the person and follow. Okay. But when Dwapara Yuga came, already values have come down. You know, no? That's why Yadava Kula fought and totally got extinguished. So when values come down, you have to be more closer to the people and advise them. And Kali Yuga, you can see our acharyas who don't need to interact with people. They interact with people almost like a friend, so that people come to the right path. Understanding? Can you restate what your understanding is now? Your question? Now unmute. Unmute. Can you allow him to unmute?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So in Ramavatara, it is difficult, or sorry, it is possible for people to look at Lord
Treta Yuga.
When he leads.
Treta Yuga. You talk about Yuga, times. Okay. Unmute. Once again, you've got in mute. Please. Okay. Okay. Right.
Yeah,
okay.
in Treta Yuga, so people were able to look up to Lord Ram because he was able to lead a life of Dharma, and people were able to relate to him easily. So as the yugas came down or reduced, the intellectual ability of people also got reduced, and Krishna had to talk to people. So for people to understand, and eventually in Kali Yuga, as Guruji mentioned, it is friendship. So they had to be friends for people to relate to them.
See, it's not intellectual capability, it is a faith, lack of faith. In Sanskrit, we call it Shraddha and Bhakti. Please write this down. So, in the Vedas, there is separate Suktam for developing Shraddha. Shraddha Suktam. There is a Veda mantra, set of mantras. To develop Shraddha, may I develop Shraddha to Guru, to Shastram, may I implicitly try and obey. By chanting continuously, one gets a Shraddha, because getting Shraddha is not easy. Correct? So, that Shraddha reduces from Krita Yuga to Treta Yuga to Dwapara Yuga to Kali Yuga. And you are all at least blessed that you got the Shraddha Bhakti to sit down and study Bhagavad Gita. So you're all on the right path. So may God bless, and you all find the right way of life and go to the emancipated state. Okay?
I just have one question. So I think 2 classes, or maybe last class, you had said that it is important that we realize that we are complete. That is part of gaining Vidya. So if we already know that we are complete, then why do we need to do certain things like, say, I don't know, have children, get married, all these things that supposedly complete us, if we're already complete?
Provided you recognize you are complete. And what is recognition of completeness mean? Recognition of completeness means write down 1, 2, 3. When you come to me, you come with a pen and paper. I give you all the right messages you write down. Recognition of completeness. Purnamada Purnamidam means desirelessness. Write down. Desirelessness. Okay? That means what? I do not desire either name, fame, money, position, people, family, nothing. Please be very clear about it. Not even the so-called comforts that I'm enjoying. First point. Second point, because I don't desire anything, technically you are giving up. Correct? And Shastras say, not only should one give up everything, but also give up the thought of having given up. You understand that? There's no point saying, sir, I've given up coffee, sir, I've given up milk, sir, I've given up this. Don't say that. Okay? I have no desire, sir. So don't go and say I'm desireless. Even mentioning that I'm desireless is no use. No, it's wrong. You understand? Okay.
Yeah.
And third, ever in the state of supreme peace, happiness, bliss, which is otherwise called as moksha, here and now. 3. Okay. 4. Follow dharma 100% as per your status in society. You get your point? So a jnani can be a brahmachari jnani, grihastha jnani, vanaprastha jnani, sannyasi jnani. Jnanam has nothing to do with ashrama. Ashrama is the way of life. Can you follow your ashrama dharma properly? What Arjuna is saying, what Bhagavan is going to say later. Am I able to follow all that has been ordained for me correctly after getting jnanam? Why? Because, let me tell you, after you get jnanam also, you got this body. This human body is extremely pious. It should be treated in a very pious way to do proper dharma anushtanam in this body. So even though you have jnanam in the mind, the body should be following dharma properly, body or sense organs. So all these 5, 6 things a little bit more. Can you treat people with compassion? Can you work for their emancipation? Next step. There is a sloka, write down, since you came, I'll tell you Subhashita. Durjana sajjano bhuyat, sajjana shanti mapnuyat, shanto mucheta bandhebhyaha, muktasya anyana vimochanate. What does it say? Let people, wicked people become good. First step, correct, no? Then let the good people get shanti, get peace of mind. Then let the people who have achieved the calmness of mind achieve moksham. Mucheta bandhebhya, let them get this supreme bliss, happiness, that moksha what we call. The 4th stage, muktasya anyana vimo. So the person who has already got that bliss, let the person spread and make other people also blissful.
Yeah.
You understand? You understand? Understand that? Yeah. So great jnanis, great mahans, they live so that they can bring other people to the path of everlasting bliss or happiness. The lifestyle is immaterial. They can be, my Guruji was a grihastha. He had a family with 2 daughters, everything, right? So the teacher can be a grihastha, brahmachari or vanaprastha sannyasi, but the message of the Guru is to take the disciple from this ocean of samsara, shoka moha, and lift the person to jnana. When jnana comes, nandati, nandati, nandatyeva. You understood?
Yes. So where do the Dharma Shastras play a role in this? Like, where do they...
Dharma Shastras play a role from beginning to end. When you're Ajnani also, you have to follow Dharma. When you're Jnani also, you have to follow your Dharma. If you're Sannyasi, follow Sannyasa Dharma. If you're Brahmachari, follow Brahmachari Dharma. Are you getting the point? Just because I got Jnana, there is no license for breaking Dharma.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you getting the point?
Yes.
That's why even Sannyasi has got a Dharma. Please understand. It's called Sannyasa Dharma. Grihastha Dharma is there. You are Brahmachari, I hope, right?
Yeah.
Am I right? Right? Okay. So for you, there is a Dharma. You have to follow that. If you don't know what it is, please ask the Guru and learn from your Guru. What am I supposed to do? And if you look at it really, Amog, I'm happy you're asking this question. If you look at life from a larger perspective, and this life is not neither the beginning nor the end. It is a dot in the continuum that we are going through. Please understand. This life is neither the beginning nor the end. And if you have to put an end to this cycle of samsara, there is no other way than first following dharma, getting jnanam, and then continue on dharma. Understand?
Yes.
Understand? Only if you follow dharma, you will get jnanam. Please understand. Without following dharma, you will not get jnanam. Muktirno shatajanma koti sukritai punye vina labhyate. If somebody has got jnanam, you can definitely say that person is following dharma. And if he is following dharma only, you will say he has got jnanam. If he follows adharma, he is not a jnani. Very clear. Okay. Then the person will continue to follow dharma. And let me ask a simple question. What is the challenge in following dharma? You tell me. The challenge in following Dharma is bodily discomfort, mental challenges. What will other people think about me? If I keep Vibhuti in the go in the room, what will they think of me? Am I old fashioned? So many things are coming, right? Yes or no? Yes or no? I'm practical, right? Because I'm like you, man. I've been in this, I've been everywhere. Please understand. So be frank, no problem. So coming out of all the inhibitions and trying to, why? Because I am going to make sure this life, I'm going to make it fruitful. I'm going to make this life count, get the ultimate goal of life. If that is something very clear, then you will do what it takes to follow Dharma. You will do what it takes to get Gita Jnanam, Vedanta Jnanam, get the moksha in this life. Are you getting the point?
Yes.
Then only you are eligible to say Purnamada Purnamidam, I have got completeness. Then you ask the question. At that time, the question if you ask, I've studied all the Vedanta Shastras properly, and only Vedanta Shastras, not by any other means. I told you in one class, you asked, what is the right way to go? Right way is only Vedic way. Non-Vedic way is not the way to go. Once you get the Jnanam, then this question will not arise, because you will be convinced that the path I followed to come to Jnana is the royal path. So other people also should follow the same path. If I suddenly break that path and go in different path, they will think it is okay to break the rule, and also maybe we'll get Jnanam, which is not possible. So a Jnani also has to follow the right path called Dharma. Understand? It is like this, no? You climb up a stairs, maybe wooden stairs, go up and remove the stairs. Because I have reached the roof, no? The first floor, then the stairs are not required for you, right? Are required for other people to come up or not?
Yes.
If you want other people to join you there, stairs should be the way it is, and stairs are the Dharma. Dharma is the stairs. Oh. And you should come down, like our friend asked, like a friend, you should come down the same stairs, be with the people, take them up. Come down, take them up. So follow Dharma.
Okay, Guruji. Thank you.
You got it? You tell me in 2 words. What is it you understood? Because I won't let you go without answering.
Only with Dharma can you get Jnana, and it's dependent on, just different for everybody. If you're a Grihastha, you have a certain Dharma. If you're a Brahmachari, you have a certain Dharma. And based on that, you follow whatever Dharma, and you reach the state of Jnani.
Correct. And then what you do? Continue to follow Dharma. Okay? You can be Brahmachari Jnani. You should follow Brahmacharya Dharma. Correct? And then what you do? Yes. You come down every now and then the stairs, collect some people, take them. Okay?
Yes.
That is the fun of life. That is the fun of life, right?
Yes.
So today you talked about the family traditions that, you know, sometimes when they intercaste marriage, when they do Surya Namaskaram, one person will want to do Surya Namaskaram, another person will want to go to the church, right? So how should we guide our youngsters in this matter? So and we also say that Brahman is there in all people. So when children, how should we tell our youngsters, you know, what is the right way to guide them? Intercaste marriage is okay, not okay. How will they, how should you guide them? Is the big question. Because nowadays,
very.
All those lines are coming.
I understand there are practical challenges, so we'll understand everything practically, because I want to give everything practically. Our philosophy will be practical. Otherwise, it'll have no value, right? My Swamiji used to say, a value is a value only when you know how to value that value. Can you understand this language? A value is a value, and it's got value in society. Otherwise, it will become valueless. So we'll try to make it valuable. Now, you see, first point, write down. You have to write notes. You ask question, you write notes. Okay. Now, Jnanam is in the mind. Please understand. Okay. Jnanam, which means what? Samatva bhavam. There is only one pure consciousness everywhere, is only in the mind, which means at the level of the mind, you treat everybody as one and the same. The empathy, sympathy, everything is there. First point. That is called Jnanam. But in Vyavaharam, Vyavaharam means what? In interactions with the world, it is only Dharmam, Dharmam, Dharmam. Are you getting the point? Maji. In Vyavaharam, one has to follow Dharmam 120%. At the mind, one has to be a Jnani 120%. First thing. This is called as Paramarthika Drishti and Vyavaharika Drishti. Write down in Sanskrit, I'll tell you in English. Paramarthika drishti means the vision of absolute reality which is in the mind. And Vyavaharika drishti means for doing interaction in the world, what kind of approach you should have. Relative reality. There are two realities in the world. One is called absolute reality. One is called relative reality. The absolute reality is totally understanding or jnanam. Relative reality is practice. One has to practice. Okay. So, Bhagavan says in the Gita that a jnani sees everybody as one and the same. Sees everybody as one and the same means what? That drishti is there. You know what? The understanding is there, but in vyavaharam, in action, you cannot bring that in action. Okay. So, while we can say, for example, a dog and I are like same Shuddha Chaitanyam, you cannot sit with the dog and eat, correct? Can you do that? You cannot do that, right? You will feed the dog. Who is having dog? I mean, good luck to them. So, similarly, in vyavaharam, the male is different, Stri is different, Purusha, Stri is different, elders are different, youngsters are different. Okay. And all the rules of the equation in society are all different. You have to follow that. Then only there will be order in society. If everybody is everything, everybody can anything, there will be no order. Correct? You are getting the point? There's a proper structure, way of life that is called Dharma Shastram that should be followed in way of life. So don't confuse Jnanam with Dharma Shastram. A Jnani will have equal viewpoint or equal no. Panditaha Samadarshinaha. It says, right? The person will have proper viewpoint of equanimity, everything. But in Vyavaharam, it will be different. So you cannot go and hug everybody like that. Okay, that is not, we don't practice that. Sanatana doesn't say that. Okay, you have to treat that. Okay. Now coming to the point, you got the point of difference between Jnanam and Dharmam. In fact, there is one shloka which talks about Advaitam, how Advaitam should be practiced. It says that Advaitam is something only in the mind, should be Jnanam, but don't try and practice Advaitam. Bhavadvaitam sada kurya. So, na kuryat karyameva tat. So, nadvaitam karyameva tat. Advaitam trishu lokeshu. Nadvaitam guruna saha. Wonderful shloka is there for that. Where Advaitam, the oneness should be practiced there. Bhavadvaitam sada kuryat. The bhavam, the attitude of Advaitam can be there always. But nakuryat karyameva tat. Don't bring in the Advaitam into action. Then dog, cat, everything will be one and the same. Then you should put your cow in the bedroom. Okay. You should get out of the bedroom. Please understand. Okay. Then Advaitam trishu lokeshu. All the three words you practice Advaitam. Nadvaitam guruna sada. Don't try to practice Advaitam guru. Don't say guru, you and me are on the same. So let us sit together. You cannot say that. Guru is always higher. So that's why practicing will be dharmam, jnanam will be Advaitam or Shuddha Chaitanyam, Brahman, everything you said. No. Everybody is Atman. There is no doubt about it. That's a fact. Now, second point, you talked about intercaste marriage, interreligion marriage and all those things. See, at best, what we can do when we bring up in proper tradition, people will understand over a period of time. But today, we cannot say everything happens the right way, right? Sometimes things are beyond our control. Then I would leave it to what is called as Samanya Dharmam. Please understand, when you come to second chapter, you will understand more detail. Bhagavan gives advice to Arjuna at three levels. One level is the Atma Jnanam or spiritual knowledge. Second, he gives Dharma Shastram Jnanam. That means what? Dharma is saying, so you have to fight. Third level, he says Samanya Dharmam. Look at Laukika Dharmam. What is happening in the way of life? That is also a Dharmam to be followed. So, in those cases, when spirituality doesn't work, Dharma Shastra doesn't work, what is the best thing you can do without causing serious repair within the relationships and the family? You all sit together, have a proper decision and take the right decision. Because there is no one decision that can be told universally. Understand, Umaji? Importantly, people should live happily. That is the goal. Okay. First, when people live happily, mind will settle down. When mind settles down, it will appreciate Dharma. When the mind appreciates Dharma, it will start following Dharma. When you follow Dharma, you will get Punyam. When you get more punyam, the mind is more purified. You are ready for jnanam, you get jnanam. You got the point? So first ensure that there is harmony, happiness in the family, whatever may be the circumstance, even if it has gone beyond control. You understand what I'm saying? No, I will not say what other words, but this is what the general advice that is given. You all combine together, sit down together. Now you tell me, Umaji, what is the solution you got? Unmute.
Yeah, so there is a difference in which you see these things. One is that dharma, vyavaharika dharma. So vyavaharika, whatever you practice is a little different from the way you approach things. So you have to look at what is more practical. End of the day, the happiness of the family is more important. So when the mind is settled and they are happy, they can lead a life of dharma. So probably that is why the caste doesn't matter in today's world. So it was needed.
No. That's not what the answer is. No, sorry, you got it wrong. Dharma is the guiding principle. Please understand. For some reasons, the dharma has lost its existence among people. Bhagavan is going to say. So it has over a period of time, the dharma has fallen down. So I'm coming back to establish dharma. Bhagavan is saying. So now the position, where are you today? People have forgotten dharma, lost knowledge of dharma. That is why all this is happening. What Arjuna is saying, intercaste, all has happened. That doesn't mean it is dharma. Please understand. Unfortunately, you are at that stage. Instead of further beating them up and scolding them, first make them calm, peaceful, happy. Then the calm mind will start appreciating dharma. They have to slowly come back to dharma. There are ways to do it. Specific situations are there. Then slowly when dharma comes, then everything can come in place. People have to come to dharma. There is no compromise on that. How you bring them to dharma is a different thing. It's like your own child, no? How do you make the kid eat? Some kids eat very easily. Some people you show cartoon. Some people you show the moon. No, finally goal is to make the child eat the food, correct? Like that, no compromise on dharma. Dharma is also percentage. Start with 2%. That's why I say 2%, 3%, 5%, 10%. Slowly bring people on dharma. Now, can you restate the understanding? Because the other statement was not right. You tell me, what is the right answer? Hey, tell me.
You help me, Guruji. I just thought that it is okay. It is okay to let go in the way that they like.
They'll go and make a decision and come. Then I'm telling you what we are supposed to do.
See, as long as they are happy and they are doing whatever is in the path of dharma, it doesn't really matter, right?
What is dharma? What is dharma? Who says what is dharma? Dharma Shastras only say what is dharma. So they should be advised slowly in Dharma Shastra and what the path of dharma. Please understand. Happiness is important. Happiness, physical happiness will last only a period of time. Please understand. That will not ensure the ultimate goal. If you have to go on the real path, people are come to dharma correctly. Understand? No. Even little bit, 10-20% you follow. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhajat. Bhagavan says. So people have to start moving towards this. Understand? No. They are going in 180 opposite direction. Turn, U-turn and start moving slowly. That is the way it is. And never ever rupture the family. Never ever get into unnecessary fight and other problems. Harmoniously do things. It can be done. Clear, no?
Okay. Thank you.